to those who have free minds. Those who can see behind the veil of illusion, know the truth, and can stand on it.
My pro-black, really pro-black, anti-hip-hop dress code. That's no cap, no facts. My white cells assassinate. Any kind of virus get chewed up, masticate. My immunity's indestructible. I'm a pillar of my community, no deductible. General Tucson leading the revolution. To black problems, we are the only fucking solution. No outsiders, no white saviors, we gatekeeping. I keep trying to wake them up cause they stay sleeping. Jooks is armed with ancestral wisdom, so I don't trust people that still trust the system. We gotta eat like Sebi, fight like Ali, think like Malcolm, migrate to Merca, Somali. I carry my own water, so I value every drop of it. Drowning at the bottom, so I swim up to the top of it.
If I say it, then I mean it. I'm never backing down. Only a few real ones left now. If it's truth, then I'ma stand on it. If it's justice, then I'ma stand on it. If I say it, then I mean it. I'll never take it back. And if you ever hear me say it, then it's facts. That's my word, and I'ma stand on it. That's what you heard, I'ma stand on it. Yeah. What happened to principles, character, fortitude? Healing through alchemy, magic is what I'm born to do. Time to purge the planet from human toxicity. People do any and everything for publicity. It's way out of control, destructive, they weak and careless. We either stand for what is right or else the people perish. Putting these devils in a panic, now we got them frantic. The righteousness of justice is poetic, Pac and Janet. You don't know lies from truth when you wearing blinders. Wisdom separates the strong people from the spineless. They tell me to kill them with kindness, be considerate, but everybody's capping out here, nothing's legitimate. Nobody surrounded us everywhere, but the souls is missing. The enemy is always watching and the ops is listening. No wonder most of these people feeling defeated. The language of God is encoded and they can't read it. If I say it, then I mean it. I'm never backing down. Only a few real ones left now. If it's truth, then I'ma stand on it. If it's justice, then I'ma stand on it. If I say it, then I mean it. I'll never take it back. And if you ever hear me say it, then it's facts. That's my word, and I'ma stand on it. That's what you heard, I'ma stand on it. Rusty Chucks, High Phoenix, yeah.
Yo, that's dope. I like that. Stand on it.
Stand on it. That's why we're here. Peace and blessings. Welcome to another episode of Do Not's Radio Place where knowledge is born. This is your host, Knowledge Born Alive. So I'm out here in the elements. I'm on the move, on the go, but I could not let this time go by without honoring one of my favorite magical matriarchs in March. You understand? We ain't just doing this Women's History Month, all of this other stuff. We got to jazz it up. We got to put some cayenne pepper on it and righteous upliftment. You see what I'm saying? So it becomes my honor and privilege at this time to introduce some to others. The reason why I did this, she is the reason why I did this, because she's the first God that came to mind for this righteous celebration and upliftment of our God, our first mother. We got the mother of ceremonies up in here. Okay, we got the mother of ceremonies in here in the building, here to give us the science. It becomes my honor and privilege at this time to introduce some of the others and welcome back to her other home. Okay, she got a home, but this is her other home. Okay, Sis'star Soljet. Okay. Right on for the darkness.
Man, what a greeting. Thank you so much for all of the kind and powerful words you just put out there in the ethers for me. Thank you. And happy National Women's Month for all of the women out there just being a woman.
Right.
Hey, no.
You got the clock of destiny behind you. Okay. You see what I'm saying? You got the clock of destiny. You know, because you keep time, okay? That the instrument used to measure existence. Once it comes into existence from the unseen, you are the conduit, the gateway, and the power uh, the unseen to the seen, the
Mm-hmm.
portal by which things come into being. So I want to give credence and honor to you from that spiritual womb space to the physical womb space to the world that we exist in and the throne that we claim to rule from. So I wanted to give you that honor.
Thank you.
You know what I'm saying?
As above, so below.
Yes.
As
So I
within.
know we're going through some transition time. So what's the wisdom that you have to impart to us on how to properly prepare and be on the right side of this history? Since it's Women's History Month, how can we be on the right side of history instead of being blotted out of history?
Now, when you say we, are you speaking to to women and or I mean to men, to women, or to all of us in general? On a, the black
What,
male and
what,
female.
whatever order you need to go in, okay? As long as I don't get hit with the stick, because the stick finna come off.
It's a lot going on. I think in honor of women, you know, for one thing, men can show us a little compassion this month and maybe try to understand things because there is a lot going on a physical level. I think women should be mindful, even though we should always be mindful, but more mindful of where we are in health, where we are in our stress level. Have we removed the blocks to get to the blessing? Have we identified the blocks so we can remove them? I would suggest to humanity, don't be afraid to let go of what's no longer working. I mean, me and you just had this conversation, and I mean, it's the same thing as far as this paradigm shift that's taking place is affecting everybody. So be gentle with yourselves as humans right now. Make sure we're drinking water, make sure we're getting rest, and we're honoring our time, our boundaries. Those are very important right now because the Bible tapped on it when it says that new body that we get as the shift happens. It's speaking of that shift when things change and that quickening in a twinkle of an eye, and it's really happening. People are in a whole different frequency and don't even realize it because even if they're not consciously shifting the frequency, the earth itself is going through a shift in frequency. I remember a long time ago, my teacher was saying, it's not, my metaphysical teacher used to say, it's not about who's coming to earth, it's about where the earth is going. Because earth is a living, breathing deity, organism itself. And like the queen on my show said the other night, it houses all the, she was speaking to all of the different elements that are on the planet, all of the different type of females, fire signs, and and I kind of went with that. I started going somewhere else, and she was talking. My mind was saying how the earth encompasses all of those elements: fire, air, earth, water. Just so it's a powerful thing taking place. So we're all being affected, and the earth is too. The fact that we're mostly water, and the earth is water. Um, People need to prepare for either stand behind and not because it's a lot of mental illness that's coming through more. For one, is something that's been around and suppressed. So it's starting to hit an apex, and people are acting out in many, many different ways. Some of it is out of fear. Some of it is because it's, they don't understand what's taking place. Some people stubbornly refuse to surrender to this process, and others are preparing themselves. But even for people like myself, I mean, it's still an adjustment. And that's why I said getting our bodies prepared, all the things we spoke about, in the recent years, in the, like what we needed to prepare for. That time is upon us. And mental health is everything. If a person is feeling away mentally, male or female, don't shy away from it. It's really okay because it's not even calling people crazy. They victims of dysfunctional thinking. No, I'm just kidding. But no, seriously, it's an order. I get that from my dad, the Wizard of Oz. That's what he say. You're not crazy. You're just a victim of dysfunctional thinking, and that's precisely what it is. Is when you can't get from one thought to the next thought. And so you're stuck in that space obsessing over a thing that you can't get past to put your thoughts in order. So it's important that if we are feeling that way, to reach out to people, really reach out to people. And even if it's just for conversation, they got a lot of people. They said that loneliness is one of the silent killers in the hood. People don't even realize how lonely people are, even in the midst of being in the projects and the hood, in a house full of people, or by yourself, forgotten, you know. But it's, and I'm gonna say this to the people like myself too, that could be loners sometime or isolated. Get out. You know, we've been isolated enough. Get out. You know, sometimes the house closes in on us. Make sure you can, you know, look at the sky and just remember how limitless it is, and it gives us the potential that we have to create. Is scary right now. It's not no flowery things that I can tell people that's just so profound, but it's just to wade in this cosmic water, to understand the spirit is real, this process is real, and we're about to see just how real it is. Now, some of this will elevate to mental consciousness, where some people will still discard spirit and want to become, you know, God, in the sense of that could be good and bad, because every God ain't good, you know, because I mean, white people already play God, right? So you get where I'm going? There's going to be a lot of technologies and breakthroughs coming in, new medical technologies, uh, shit, technology, you know, computers, and just our brain itself. If we're able to acclimate to the shift, it's new type of children being born. We're in the age of Aquarius now. That's even new DNA coming in. The end of DNA lines. You know, that's why I tell my people out there killing each other and stuff, be careful before they fail to exist. And it doesn't have to be all of us. It could be in one location. We can start with Chicago. Shout out to Chicago, love and light to that city and those people, because I've been to Chicago. I've people from there, you know. Um, and it's a cycle and the energy there, but we want to keep our brothers and sisters around, and we still want to put that good word out there, because clearly there's still light there, or the people wouldn't be alive. Like a brother told me from Detroit, light is here because I'm here. You know, it's so it's still potential. And I'm not just targeting Chicago, but I looked at the numbers specifically there, and they've almost decimated a very big population. I wish I had the numbers to bring them, but next time I'll make sure. It's such a big number. It's almost like they are losing almost close to 1 million people, and not in a very short time. And in the other places in America, other places in the world, we worldwide underground. So shout out to Ibadu, but we are. So we just have to understand that some of those things we have this misplaced anger about. It's a lot of misplaced anger in our communities. We have to take charge of what we do have power over. You have to exercise whatever rights you do have, even if it means I don't have to celebrate a holiday, or I don't have to eat that kind of food, or I don't have to go to this place, or I don't have to be a part of whatever this is. We don't go to jail for stuff like that. You don't have to go and spend all your money on this and that and the third. You don't have to do that. It's not against the law to go to the library. You know, we talk about a lot of things. You know, it's not against the law to be kind to people, to get the help you need mentally, to like NDRE say, just to smile and laugh. It don't cost nothing. Now, if you don't have nothing to smile about, that's cool too. But you know, just remember, as within, so without. We can always change our reality. Just because you're in a certain community or whatever, don't mean that has to be the only reality. Life is so limitless. So, you know, you can begin just changing how you think, even in that environment. That's why I tell people it's good to leave the environment. I'm going somewhere with that, because these changes already have been a lot for people. Just the world itself has been a lot all through the 80s, 90s, just a lot. But this lot is something different because we haven't seen it before. It hasn't never happened in our lifetime, some of the things that's coming in. And I really just, I don't want that pressure of the mind. I know how that is. And just to gasping for air makes the righteous path harder to choose, as Pharrell Williams say, fly or die, sink or swim. Which path do you choose? So I get the pressure, but pressure also makes diamonds. It doesn't always have to be about the negative pressure, so our best bet is to center ourselves and make a choice, choose life or choose death. And if you have nothing else in your life to be thankful for, just start telling the universe, I choose life. And say it until you see life begin to happen, because that's what I had to do. It don't matter what bottom you at. You could be using drugs. You can be, living with other people, clothes piled up in the room, sleeping in the bed with your children, whatever it is. People go through so many different things, sleeping on the floor, sleeping on the air mattress, but crack addiction, whatever it is. But just begin to tell yourself, you have to know that within yourself, that little soul, that little voice of light that's still there. Some people don't have that anymore. So if you do give thanks and you say, I choose life, until life begins to grow within you and around you and emanate from you, get out of the environment you in, even if it's taking your children and walking somewhere or going to another environment if it's not safe. It don't cost but a few bucks to get on a bus or a train or walk it out. You know what I mean? But we have to get connected in ourselves so that we can acclimate to the surrender, because it almost feels like you're floating, And a lot of people are not doing well in the energy because if they're not adding the spiritual component and even the knowledge component, it feels very hard to tolerate, because it's almost like you're walking on the ground trying to get to where you're going, and then like God just picks you up off the ground and you just doing this, and you like, put me back down, because you have no control over how things are turning out. It's different when they say use your mind, use your mind. But what happens when the things you're thinking is not, when the thoughts are the things you're trying to do with your mind and figure it out when you can't figure it out, because everything can't be figured out. Some things have to be felt out and played out. You get me? But you still got your mind, but it may not, you have to sometimes get out your head and get into that spiritual component, and just float, like being back into the womb. We're going through a rebirthing process right now. The womb is all around us, as you say, the matriarch. So in that, embrace it. We already home. Everywhere we at is home. Earth is our turf. This is where we at. Earth hangs in space. So embrace even if you don't believe in the universe, those things, those patterns are still inside of us. So it's still as within and so without. So it exists regardless. But that's what I have for them, for the world, for our people. And I know we only have a short time today. So if you have anything you want to ask me, anything else?
Well, tell us about your platforms. Tell us about you. Tell us about, Soljet. You see what I'm saying? Tell us something. Tell us something we might not know. We can start
Something
there
you
and then
may not
tell us
know.
about your platform that you
Well,
comfortable with sharing. I don't want you to tell
yeah,
us something that you be like,
no,
I shouldn't have said that shit.
no, definitely not. No, my about me. Okay, so my platform, I have a YouTube channel is Calligraphy TV, um, and that is a space for the conscious outcasts, people who feel like they've been rejected for alternative thoughts and spirituality, people that's not, in that rigid mode. We deal with art therapy, we deal with tarot and oracle, and really just a space to be safe. Anybody can come to that space, but I'm gonna always stand for the healers, the spiritualists, the conscious outcasts, the rejected, the downtrodden. So the ones that wasn't the right shade of black, so they didn't want us. And it's not about color. I wanted to say the right brand of black. Sometimes it's about, just where we come from, we try to relate, but it's about everybody, as far as that goes. And as far as something about me that people don't know, Something about me that people don't know. I'm more than they could ever have imagined. Is something that they don't know because I was afraid to step in my power, afraid of my own light. And I want to say they're more than they've ever imagined as well. But I don't know. I'm still trying to get that total shift because I am a spiritual teacher. I've been through about 12 different faiths or religions that I've studied. Just trying to understand, study the crafts. I never stop learning. I'm always a student. So not just a teacher, I'm a student of this world and of this uh, cosmic continuum. And I'm a spiritual art therapist. I use art, the imagination, creativity to tap into the forces. When I like to collect tiny things. That may be something people don't know about me. I like tiny things. I'm a doll maker. I like to sew little small things and stuff too, or just sewing little things. Um, in that, I found my if you want to call it magic, my mojo, my creative energy. Um, the tiny things though, I really do like. I don't know, it's something about me and little miniature stuff. So I collect minis, and I have a very childlike spirit, very like. It goes from this serious energy, but I want others to tap into it too. I like cosplay, there's different things like that. I think we should get more loose and more free, and whatever it takes for us to do that. Uh, you know, jump into the pool, you know. And I genuinely love people. Sometimes I may come off as a little, maybe like like not hopefully not standoffish ever, but sometimes because I'm cautious because some people don't know how to receive love. Some people don't know how to. They don't hug. They don't like to to build in that way or to So that's pretty. I don't know. I'm an experience. I mean, tell me something about me. One of the things I can say is that when I first came on the show, you didn't know me as well as you know me now. So what can you say about me? Something that I do or
Jesus asked his disciples that. First, he said, "What do they say about me?" He was talking about the people.
mhm.
Then he said, "What do you say about me?" His
Okay.
disciples, because he wanted to see where they were. You see what I'm saying in regards to how they saw him. Because
Right.
people could say anything, but what about those who are the closest to you, those
That's
ones
it
who are
with
supposed to
you.
know you?
That's
Like,
it with you. Yeah.
you know, they asked him, when will we see the Father? You see what I'm saying? Like,
hmm
he didn't need to hear anything else from them. He was heartbroken sitting with them, like, how long have I been with you? What else are you looking for?
Right.
So, you know, when I look at you, I see God in the face. You see what I'm saying? So I know that wasn't a comfortable space because of the reality that we live in. This reality that we live in is, you can edit it. You see what I'm saying?
Mhm.
That's why they say Wikipedia is not a real good source because you can edit it. Your
Right.
reality is something that you can edit, you can alter. When it works in your favor, it's fine. But when it doesn't work in your favor, then you forget that you can edit it, you can
You
change
can't
it.
do- change.
So the power of God that resides within your mind space, your heart space, is, something unfathomable. And I don't know if you know, or the people who are around you who claim to be close to you know that they might recognize certain things and it could cleave on to them or seek to siphon them or to discredit them altogether. You
hmm
can put the people that you're thinking about right now, whatever those categories are, but they miss them because they're close.
hmm
There's things that people can see from a distance that people up close they miss because their mind is pushed into the space of what's most readily available to them. They don't go beyond the surface. So you might have surface admiration but they don't know the real you. They don't know the real truth. You see what I'm saying? So that
Absolutely.
acquainting process, externally to internally, on whatever level you need it to be, is something that's there. And this is why you guard it. This is
Yes.
why you guard it, because you guard it for their safety. Because you're good.
Mm-hmm.
You guard it for their safety, because
Mm-hmm.
there are consequences to that come along with playing with God and God's
Mm-hmm.
people. You see what I'm saying? And those consequences could look like a blessing. They don't always have to look like it's torment, but it's tormenting to you. You can get something from God that could be your end, but it looked like it's a blessing. Oh, I got this $100 million. Then all of a sudden, people at your throat trying to get what you receive. And that's the cause for you being taken up out of here. Somebody might be jealous, somebody
Oh
might
yeah.
be upset, somebody
Mm-hmm.
be all of these things, or somebody might just need something every time they see you. They may not
Mm-hmm.
even need no money. They just need that needing all the time. It's never
Need
satisfied, it's
energy.
never full. So yeah, they really need your energy and your currency. So because that current state of energy that you're existing, you're feeding somebody or something off.
Mhm.
So because you are one who channels all the time, that's something that everybody wants something. Rent come due for everybody. You see what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So that's something that I observed.
That people pull from me.
Yes. That people, entities, that all life pulls from you.
Yeah.
So there needs to be some who pour into you also. And I
Gotcha.
know you have some of those people.
Gotcha. No, I
And
get you totally. Prince Stella, the queen maker, that that got the whole internet mad, the manosphere. But Prince Stella said something interesting today. She was speaking about men, but I'm not gonna refer it to just men. I'm gonna refer it to people. You got so many people with holes in them that your enough is never enough because every time you pour in them, the substance is just falling out. And she didn't say that verbatim, but that's pretty much what she's saying. They got so many tears in the spaces that need to be filled, so many voids. You can never pour enough into them. So we have to know when to enough is enough, as humanity, even groups we choose to pour into. Some people look like Swiss cheese out here. I mean, that's just how torn they are. So people choose a path that is disruptive on purpose, and we'll never be able to get them back. You don't even need to waste your time and energy on that because we all have a role to play. We all have contracts to fulfill, you know? And like you said, it needs to be a mutual exchange of energy, with people. And you may not always get it from the person that you poured into, but it'll be paid forward by others. And if nobody's pouring into you, you're around the wrong group, or the wrong energies, and that's how I was feeling. So I get what you're saying. Still working that out because the shift that I'm going through is it's so major that I think people already think I'm losing my mind that thought they knew me, like even my family. Like, let's go crazy, like Prince. We ain't gonna let the elevators break us down. You know why? Because the elevators are the people that think they have the power to bring you up or down. So we're not gonna let the elevators dictate our frequency or dictate who we are. Even the elevators referring to the government, to the powers that were, you know, to even the crabs in the barrel. Anybody that think they can elevate you, your life, or bring you down at will, no. I'm gonna just say no. No. And that's been a hard word for me. That's been a very hard word for me, and I had to learn that word. So I'm gonna say any impacts tapped in, hey, learn no. It feel good saying it. you know. I do have a lot of energy though, and I don't know where that comes from. My dad has a lot of energy, but it's almost tireless. Like if we sat here and talked for 5 or 6 hours, it just like even if I was tired, because I was about to take a nap and then just like regenerated in order to pour into the people. So I don't really get tired. Even when I am tired, I get tired, but it's like when it's the right energy, you feed off that energy that they give into you, the love, if you helping them in some kind of way, just that, someone looking relieved, thinking that, like I'm crazy. And like, girl, you're not crazy. You're around a bunch of crazy ass people. You just you just need to be around the right energy sometime. But if there's days that our mental health will feel thin because we are going through shifts, it'll be times where our energy is feeling heavy. But don't think you're crazy. It's not time to go and off ourselves or nothing. Know that that's a passing energy. And it's an opportunity to either rest or create in it. That's all. Thank you so much,
So,
Knowledge. You're awesome. You just are awesome person. I appreciate you for acknowledging the like.
reciprocity is a real thing, especially when it's righteous. So, this
Absolutely.
last uh, few minutes, if you have a final word for the people, and then tell people where to find you and how to support you, because I know you do a bunch of things. So, pop
Just,
your collar, pop your
yeah,
collar and let them know.
probably pop my little chain, pop my earring. But wow, 44 years. I think that this is a powerful age to be 44, the age of 8. Um, I'm gonna just remind people, my final word is have radical trust for the universe, for the spirit, however you see God. And I don't mean radical trust in the sense of just what's in here, but I'm speaking more to what's in here, knowing that that we're going somewhere, knowing that there is a divine purpose for the good and the bad, and we have to be humble in the times that things aren't the way we want them to be, because there's lessons and there's blessings, and we are grateful when fortune or when the will is in our favor, because nobody owes us anything, and it's not about what we can get from the world all the time. It's sometimes what you can give to the world. We all have to share this place. So I can be found on Soljet Tarot. That's on Facebook, and that's SOLJET, and Tarot, TAROT. I can also be found on TikTok under new_Soljet, SOLJET_ yeah, and Calligraphy TV. So you'll find me. If you find me in one location, then you can find me in the others too. So, and thanks again, Knowledge, for having me on Do the Knowledge Radio. I am honored.
I'm equally honored. That's why you're here. You understand what I'm saying? And my fervent prayer is that you continue to receive righteous reciprocity, because you are a gift and a blessing to the world. Not just us. You don't belong to us. We be trying to claim you, as our own, but you are a universal mother with a universal message of healing, restoration, and correction. You know,
I'm gonna
so
say this
may the
right
world receive you right.
now. No, go ahead.
Don't attempt to mishandle you, because if they mishandle you, then they got consequences, because it's an army of us out here that don't play about you. So
Thank
we
you.
want to
And I was
continue
gonna
to
thank you,
love on
thank
you
you.
righteously.
And I was gonna also say I may not belong to a certain group, but I'm here right now, like Willow Smith say, in his presence. I'm
That's
here
it.
right now, and I belong to you guys right now, because like y'all, we are family, and I
That's it.
hope that we continue to soul jet and whatever. As I'm aging, I'm still youthful, but as I'm aging, I hope that I can leave a vibration that other people can continue to carry. Because to be a soul jet means to continue to elevate.
Mm,
Soul is sun, jet is petrified, or the fossilized coal, jet stone in Africa, jet black. We're
mm.
dealing with soul, the Spanish version of sun. So we're talking about the hidden sun, but we're also speaking to elevation, continuing to allow our soul to jet. We don't want to forget that soul component, because some people don't believe in that, you know. But we're all sons, we were taught that. So give thanks And that's all I have. Ashe, love, light, tears, healing, pain, all of that stuff. It's all part of the zodiacal wheel, you know. And right now, a lot of us are hurting. So, you know, it's hard for sometimes for me to be overly cheerful, because sometimes I am, because I you know, I'm like Harriet. You know, you finally make it to the ground. Yeah, I gotta stop and kiss the ground, and I'm, you know, that I'm still here to.
That's right.
You know, it's a lot to rejoice about. Just the fact that we made it through COVID, we made it through many shifts, and we are here. I mean, damn, a lot has happened. So we got to take that time and be grateful. And I know people are hurting, like I said. So, but understanding that that's why healing is that healing component is so great. I stopped drinking because I used to really enjoy drinking. That was my thing. You know, I've been drinking years now, 8 years, something like that. Not that was my thing, but I enjoyed drinking when times were heavy. But I stopped drinking when I got tired of waking up feeling like that, feeling hungover, headaches, and all of this stuff. And the problem is still there. I realized I have to have a clear head to fix the problem. It's only a temporary fix. Now, alcohol for the grieving heart, that's another thing. Do what you need to do to feel better. But I'm speaking to when we're running from the problem. You know, when you get sick and tired of that energy or whatever. And I'm using drinking as an example because that was my story. But when you just get sick and tired of being sick and tired, even in the midst of the crap, you always have a choice to change the frequency. You know, that's important to know, you know. I speak to that over and over because I know we have so many people that are in bad conditions, you know, in angry conditions, and getting more angry because that pressure that I'm speaking to. But just remember, speak to that little piece in yourself, and it'll keep getting bigger. It'll emanate, and your world will change. It's changing now. When people don't realize that world will change, and you'll be like, damn, just these little steps. It don't take long to shift the frequency, and that's it. Spirit just got me going with that. But you know, it don't take long. Even if a person is broke, you can get a job and work 6 months or whatever you want to create for yourself and be out of that condition. It don't take long. You know, sometimes sooner than that. You know, and when people see you helping, I mean, doing something for you, the universe sends more people to help you. That's why when people have work already, it's easier to get more work. You know what I mean? But it's the same with making that effort. When people see you making an effort, that's how you call your tribe. They want to see you do better. Everybody don't want to see you do bad. You know, there'll be somebody that see that light shining, like, damn, let me help this light bright over here. You know? But that's it. Love and light, you know, may we love more. And may we deal with our pain and our anger, because that's very valid. You know, I'm not going to just say, oh, love and light. Anger is valid too. You know? But anyway, my brother, thank you.
Yes. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
So we out of here.
We
next
out.
Next time.
Peace.
Tune in to Metaphysical Mondays, okay? Get your life together.
Yes, every Monday. Peace.
Peace.
Hey, Sunshine Monet with the affirmations to enjoy your day with Sunshine Monet. You are listening to Chakra Music. I came through with intentions of destruction. You said you wanted freedom, well it's me then that you wanted. I moved in gratitude as my soul was being summoned. The consciousness has returned, Christ is really coming. I make these flows for the souls that drift in indigo. I make some goals for they glow since they was embryos. Access the records, they lectures, keep your principles. Enemies infect you, don't let them reach your pinnacles. Reversing curses that's embedded in religions. They wound up in your soul, that's why you feel tension. I'm remixing the clenches before Sumerians existed. It's something in the water, don't get caught, you'll get acidic. I bury enemies, pay pinnacles to the witness. You say my name in threes, I appear in your vision. Write Iliads in me, I'm the witcher in your system. Silly as can be, there's no opposite in infinite. I'm the goddess of crossroads, touching all directions. With the skull and crossbones that cause to the vexes. I applaud the protectors. I'm the god of inflection. They see the demon in me and still pause the respecters. I need no translation, vibrating from universe. My throat mansplaining while my yoni do the work. Mask off, crowns on, bombshell on all the arts. Mask off, crowns on, bombshell on all the arcs. Mask off, crowns on, bombshell on all the arcs. Mask off, crowns on, bombshell on all the arcs.
Enoch 7 prophet, move like the full winds do. My energy is useful, my thoughts are old school. So I move with a Bob Slim. Say I'm sexy, haircut like Anita Baker, real lovely. Caught up in the rapture, it's kinda risque. Kisses